The long-awaited defence treaty with Papua New Guinea looks like it has finally crossed the line.
I imagine the entire Australian government would be breathing a sigh of relief. This was supposed to be the easy defence treaty to clinch in the Pacific, but we saw earlier this month that there was a delay when the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, was in Port Moresby to sign it. It couldn't quite get across the line, and that was because, we're told, a number of ministers weren't able to make the PNG cabinet meeting. Well, they've now had another meeting, and an absolute majority of James Marape's cabinet has agreed to accept the terms of this historic agreement, and it's now likely to be signed within coming days. This would allow Australia to get much easier access in PNG, military personnel. It would also allow Defence Force personnel from both countries to serve in each other's militaries and potentially open up a citizenship pathway for PNG personnel who serve in the ADF. So it is a significant deal.
There are reports China has banned purchases of iron ore cargoes from the company's mines in WA.
Yesterday, when a report emerged that China's iron ore buyer, China Mineral Resources Group, had actually ordered steelmakers in China to stop buying iron ore from BHP, the big Australian, a major miner for us in Australia and WA. That obviously caused a bit of commotion, but it really raised the question of, is this just a blip in negotiations between a big company and its customer, or is this something a bit more serious?
The opposition is calling on the government to back BHP, but has Albanese said anything so far, and what can they actually do?
Exactly, what can they do? It's a negotiation between a company and another country. All our politicians and Albanese, I suppose, can really do is encourage them to gently figure it out, which is pretty much what he told media yesterday. He did express his concern. He wants to make sure that markets are operating properly, he said. He acknowledged we've seen these issues in the past, but, making the point that China is a big contributor to our economy and us to theirs in turn. So maybe a bit of gentle diplomacy. Let's get this sorted in everyone's best interests.
Sydney pub baron Jon Adgemis has declared bankruptcy. The former management consultant who went on a pub buying spree during the pandemic has racked up a debt of $1.8 billion. It is unclear how Adgemis managed to build up such a massive debt, as he bought up 22 pubs and development projects across Sydney and Melbourne. He was well known for living an expensive lifestyle, living in the Sydney suburb of Point Piper and driving luxury cars. Those owed money include the Tax Office, Carlton and United Breweries, Deutsche Bank, and a Monaco-based clothing manufacturer, Richard Gazal.